Thank you so much for that, Doug. We're joined by Vansili here, who's going to be on some analytical duty. Also,
I was not ready for that.
Can we just talk about the fact real quick? McDonald's on for the win. That's just kids these days, you know.
Is that why he's always smiling? Because he's having
No, stop it.
Happy Meals?
No,
Another
no. Throw one at him. Throw it.
Are you sure you guys want to be here? That's only 50 damage. That's only 50 damage. I'm still here.
Oh, man. Oh, geez, Louise. I mean, overall, though, C9 Shazam just look absolutely awesome coming out of those last two maps. And I think, Rooney said, we'll see what happened in map 1, but there's a lot of positives to take away from the C9 roster right now.
No, definitely. Lotus had me a little worried on my prediction, but Oxy stocks are high. Looks like they just cleaned up their game. Honestly, they looked extremely good.
Yeah, they just let the kid just slay. It was beautiful to watch, Wyatt.
Yeah, week 2 of seeing this roster swap that they made between kickoff and the regular season, how much firepower it added to the team, genuinely. Moose and Rooney are really rounding this thing out. I truly believe Moose has been one of the most underrated NA players since, genuinely
ages ago.
Forever. I even remember him with LG putting up good numbers against you on set of 2021. All the way back then. That is a super throwback. Yeah, I think he's been finally given an opportunity here to prove that he's a legit Tier 1 player.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on that, too, I think also it adds a lot of voice to C9 as well.
Yeah.
Just because he had the IGL experience as that previous roster for C9. So having, that extra voice to help Vanity out, to call those mid-rounds, also playing initiator roles, and he plays it super well. And as he mentioned in the interview with Doug, when he comes down to those moments where he's on an eco, he needs to get stuff done. Even on pistol round, he pulls out a Sheriff and still does damage with it, too. So it really adds a lot, not only into, the full gun round firepower, but those swing rounds that you could get, You're looking at that sunset round. They won that last round on eco. Yeah. And that was Rooney getting one of them, killing the lurker with the Sheriff, too.
With the Sheriff, really bro. Kids out there just going for it. But you know what, though? You guys mentioned Moose. You talk about all of these new faces. Well, good news is that we got plenty more Valorant coming at you this week because things are heating up big time in Challengers. And here are the current standings of where we are right now. You got Moist Shopify and Oxygen popping off, and then you have M80 and Turtle Troop holding it down in the 1 and 2 over at Group B. Vansili, you've been commentating, a lot of the Challengers games. It feels like, we're just seeing, and it's a lot of familiar faces as well. People 100%. That I was commentating when I first started covering Valorant, which is really cool.
Exactly. Somehow they just came out of the woodworks and coming back here in 2024 and playing in Challengers for Stage 1. And it's actually pretty nice to see, the competition level that we have currently for Challengers. Yes, it may seem at that point that you want to focus on M80, Oxygen, MXS. M80, it was that team that almost should have ascended when they played against the Gardenat finals and lost. Even that season last year, they weren't dropping series at all. They were the team to beat, and unfortunately couldn't close it out. And when they went through roster changes, at least with BCJ coming now into the roster, you have a new IGL with Nitro coming back, and it works out pretty well overall for this team still. They still haven't skipped a beat.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of familiar names you probably have seen if you've been watching Valorant for a long time. Guys like Will and Neptune, right? Pecky as well on the other side there. Dapper playing too, right? There are a lot of faces that people know. And you know Dapper quite well, actually.
Sure. Yeah, no, he's been grinding, man. We worked very hard for a couple of years, and I'm sure he's feeling similar to me, where we really feel like we missed out on playing in partnership. So I know he's been working very hard, and I hope he finds success with Oxygen. I'm going to be rooting for them.
Yeah, it does feel like it's a lot of these teams, and we're seeing them come into the League of G2, right? Primarily coming from Ascension. All these teams are trying to get to this point right here where we are in the VCT, Wyatt. And I think that it's been an exciting overall Challenger season, especially with the amount of names that have been participating.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to ask you in particular because you were playing against the duo of Verno and Redux, who've been getting a lot of hype because they're both on Oxygen with Dapper. Two players that I know teams in partnership are wanting to get. They're just not eligible right now because they're too young. But can you kind of speak to some of the guys like those two that you were playing against last year?
Yeah, Challengers last year was extremely stacked. There were a lot of good players and a lot of good teams, especially like Redux and Verno. They're people you might do the strat right, play the round right, catch them out of position, and they'll still get away with the round. You know, they'll still win the duels or take off like an impossible fight. And that's like the kind of talent that deserves to be in partnership.
That actually reminds me of like one of the games where Redux was playing against Mata, for MXS, and he was just dodging rockets every single time. Like when you need a speed demon that's just going to be dodging everything, hitting W, kind of like what we're seeing from Oxy today. He's definitely the next to look out for, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets scattered out, or unless OXG could actually just move up together as a group. That'd be kind of nice to see too.
That would be really cool. And, you know, again, if you're a big fan of Valorant, there's just no reason for you not to be watching those Challengers games. You get, you know, some of the familiar faces that you've come to know and love in the VCT calling the games. Wyatt's commentating, right?
Like,
you know?
Yeah, that caught me off guard. Ric Flair moment from Vance. No, but that,
I'm super excited.
You got the pink on too. You know, just give him a little fluffs and all that.
Yeah, we're not going to stand up and do it, but yeah.
Vince Sully and I both.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm on like Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday is it?
Every Wednesday.
Vince Sully on Thursday.
Yeah. Wednesday.
Yeah, this is
Saturday.
the last week of the regular season, the first stage of the regular season. So a good time to check it out.
That's right. No better time than now to go and enjoy some Challengers. So, with week 2 coming to a close, let's go ahead and take a gander over at our Alpha and Omega standings. As EG, unfortunately, with that 0-2, will find themselves in 5th. Meanwhile, C9 got that 1-1. C9, are they 1-1? No, they're 2-0.
Yeah, they're 2-0 right now.
They're 2-0
right now.
Yeah, they're 2-0 right now.
Yeah.
Edibles.
Yeah, you're right. You need to stop. You're getting me in trouble, dang it. Kidding.
Comedy.
Oh my God.
That's all right. It's the post show.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good. But yeah, so of course we'll get that updated. But you can find all the information over on our socials, and as well as checking out like the game. You can literally just go to the game and check out all of the results and all the the things there, and you can even pick up some of the capsules for your favorite teams. So now, with that being said, we got to talk about what's coming up next because it's Super Week, which means 5 straight days of matches. On Saturday, we got Sentinels MIVR, and then we got Cloud9 Loud. And on Sunday, we got Crew and EG. Then we got NRG and Leviathan. Then on Monday, we got G2 and Furia. Then we got Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves. They're coming back again for another go. Then we got Sentinels EG, Energy MIVR, followed by G2, Leviathan, and then Crew and Loud.
Who wins that race?
What? Which race?
It just sounded like you're commentating a horse race.
I'll give it
pretty
I'll
awesome.
give it to Loud. I like Loud.
They're bouncing back.
You know what? I'm actually excited to see Loud this week. I think
they needed the week off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Sadok's been cooking. He's been in the lab. He's been theory crafting. I think he's got some cool stuff coming up. But overall, though, an exciting week. We got 2 big matches. We got Sentinels versus MIBR. We got C9 versus Loud. And then, of course, Crew versus EG and NRG Lev, I think, is...
Energy Lev.
NRG Lev is going to be very exciting to see how that...
That's a banger.
You got a prediction for us there, Shazam?
Dude, it's cool to see Lev start to figure it out, and so I'm really excited about the matchup, but I still think Energy is going to take it. I think they've looked solid throughout, and they're just only going to build up.
Yeah. I did get word, by the way. We got the standings again this time around with the correct numbers. Look at C9 go. They're at number 3 now.
What a turnaround.
With 2-0. But not bad there for Cloud9. A good day's work for them.
I'm going to tell you, GB, I am so crouped up after this week.
Are you that crouped?
Yeah, I think they're going to go crazy.
They're going to go cruisy?
Yes. No, genuinely.
Dude, I love this post show, man. This is my vibe.
Vince, you got the crew pink on. Are you with me?
I'm already on the Croupium for sure. I mean, especially when we had that interview with. Oh my God. There you go.
Don't do the twirl.
I'm just showing out the crew colors. What can I say, man?
When they're not playing today.
Because you know what? Next week, I'm already hyped up about it as well. Because even when Kesnet had here, he was talking about it. He was like, "Well, I'm actually my demons. I've been fighting my demons. It's not about me anymore.
Yeah.
It's about how I could be a team player, and it shows. I mean, this is awesome.
Speaking
not
of
as
demons,
awesome as this, though, right?
That's demon. Look at your face in that too. It's actually amazing. It's like just so much. Vance, I will join you. Can we do a
let's do it
twirl?
together.
Can we do a twirl to close out the show?
Right now?
I would love to. Is that something you like to do?
You're asking
Actually,
a lot
I'd
from my
like
man.
all 4 of you guys to join me for a twirl. Come on. Come on.
Twirling at the same time.
I got to hold my battery pack, so I got to hold my packs here.
A fault line.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I don't know if our knees are going to make it, but we're going to try.
Thickness.
In any case, guys, thank you so much. Big thank you to Shazam, who came in hot for a great weekend. We thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. 3, 2, 1, hit the twirl! Bye, everybody.
zone C. One enemy
Nice! Let's go, baby.
Woohoo!
That's fun.
Here comes the party! Active rocket up! Finds one! Derek on the trade! Surutan! 잡았다! 아트리라다! 하나 발견! 가짜는 어?
That's my Widow Oxy. Ooh, Oxy!
So fast. No one's looking. EG decimated by Oxy.
One enemy remaining.
Behind it, sitting in a molly. It's done.
With it, but a showstopper out into the back of side. Oxy gets two.
For EG, but he's down. They're shooting his body. Cloud9 trying to close this one out. The plant committed. Jaw gone. Nature. What can you do? Nothing.
Hey,
Perfectly played. It's okay, bro.
good job, Francis.